Hi used car buyers. Today's topic, how to plan for the day before the visit, the previous day and in the morning. Three question as always, why we need to do it, what to do and how to do it. Remember, we at Confident Car Buyer, our aim is to be at your confident, to improve your knowledge about used cars and helping you to buy your next used car with confidence, being in control of your future finance. My name is Gabor Kovács, the founder of the Confident Car Buyer. I'm a former garage manager, a car mechanic, and I'm on the field of used cars in the last 20 years. So I believe I know one thing or two about used cars. Guys, if today's topic is really resonate with you, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, a wow face, a heart, whatever it was on your mind, or if you have question, use the comment below. Let's get to it. So the first question, why we need to do this. First of all, statistics. The car is your second biggest expense of your household. And when you buy the used car or a car, that's the second biggest decision you have to make in your life after the house. And this is statistics. So this is clear. That's very important. Second of all, when you want to make such a decision and buying a valuable property, a car, then it can be really overwhelming, exciting, stressing, especially when you don't know exactly what to do. So the reason we have to do this is we have to keep our emotions out of the way. Because when you make a decision, and there is a statistics on that, how many used car buyers making decision on emotions, we would be surprised. So we have to keep our emotions out of the way. Okay? The other thing what can trigger our emotions is the traveling. So I really want to make sure we understand that everything what can trigger our emotion, we have to avoid somehow. If you're leaving from home and you are on your way to the seller's house, to the dealer, so many obstacles comes in the way and it can trigger your emotion, so you get upset and then you forget what needs to be done, how to do it, but you have the knowledge how to do and how to buy a used car in a proper way. So that's the why. Keep out the emotion, and the only way we can keep the emotion out of the way if we plan. That's the second question. What needs to be done? We have to create a plan. That's the second plan what we have to do during the used car buying process. So if we plan, we know exactly what to do, what the next step, then we can really stay calm during the process, because we have to stay calm. We're making the second biggest decision of our lives. So the third question is how to do it. How to plan for that day, the previous day what to do, and in the morning what to do. If you remember from the previous video, I was talking about the list of cars, and you should not have more than 3 cars on your list. So we have written down each car which is on our list. And of course, the top one is the preferred one, what we really want to buy. So I would like you to sit down in the previous day, dinner after dinner, and do the logistic, which means you know every seller's address postcode. The logistic is important. The average used car buyer is traveling about 45 miles to check out the car. So this is really about saving money and time. So logistic, you know the postcodes, you check out how far they are from you and from each other. You could use Google Maps, Street Views, everything is provided. I would like to suggest to set up your phone or navigation system advanced. So you set it up during that night. So in the morning when you wake up, you don't have to waste your time with it. You know exactly which is the first one, the second one, and the third one. So logistic. If you decided to go there by car, then you have a specific time. But if you want to go there by train or public transport, you have to make sure how to get there. Even you might need to write that down. You need to use the taxi to get from the station to the seller's house or the dealers. So what I'm trying to say is, when you know exactly how long it takes to get there, always add an extra 30 minutes to that time. That is really crucial, really important. Just add it to it and leave half an hour earlier from home. The reason is because we want to keep our emotions out of the way. So that would be it for the previous day. Logistic, get to know the time, how long it takes to get there, and give yourself an extra 30 minutes to get there. So you can avoid every obstacle comes in your way and you can be as calm as possible. But what to do in the morning? First of all, you left everything prepared on the table. You have the free list on the table with the HPI check certificate if you need one. Make sure you call every seller before you leave. So make sure the cars are still available, especially if you talk to the seller 2-3 days prior. So make sure the cars are still available, give them a call to find out. In case the first car which is on your list is still available, you are ready to go. Leave half an hour earlier. When you get there, make sure you sit in the car or you take your time. You don't go in straight and meet with the seller. Just have a look around, check out what's going on in the neighborhood, how the environment looks like, and try to memorize the name of the seller. If we want to negotiate, and to be able to negotiate, it's better if you start to build a rapport, even a short friendship with the seller, so you might get some discount on the car. But if you got a phone call from the seller saying that the car has been sold, you have nothing to worry about. It can be upsetting because that was your favorite car, that's the one what you wanted to buy, but you have your list prepared, so you know exactly where to go and which one is the second one. You like it because you put it on the list. Of course, we're talking about HPI check before, and we don't want you to waste money on HPI check. I like to do it anyway because we're talking about £10, and if you want to buy a 3,000-4,000 pounds worth of car, then I think £10 is nothing. So I like to do it myself. I like to compare them to each other. So we were talking about the HPI check, and you have the first one for the first car which is on your list, but it's been sold. So you want to see what the HPI check says about the second car. For that reason, to help you, I have created a very simple PDF. You can download it from the group. If you haven't joined to our group yet, then you are free to do so. You can download it from there. So these HPI check options can give you kind of a freeway, so you can check it on the site with the simple text message, and you can check everything against the car and against the documents. So these are really, really important. So I think that would be it about the preparation or how to plan for the day. Remember that you making the second biggest decision of your life, and you're buying something which is the second biggest expense of your household. That's the reason we have to do this very simple preparation. I was talking about more than like 10 minutes, but believe me, it can be done like that, so don't be scared. But it has a meaning, so it can give you a lot of benefit if you do it properly. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, you think it's useful, don't forget to share it. Like our page, join to our group if you haven't done it yet. And remember, we have more and more videos coming up. I think the next one should be about the car documents, so it's getting more excited. I'm not going to bore you with all these statistics and psychological stuff, what to do and how to think. So it's getting more physical, which is, I think, great. Guys, really appreciate you were here. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care of yourself, drive safe, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye.